Okay. Oh, hello, Nyan. How are you?
Hello,
Hello,
how are
Nyan.
you?
How are you? Welcome to the class, Nyan, as usual. All
I'm
right.
fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, welcome to the
Mm,
class. Today, we have something very interesting. But first, that is going to be the listening part of the class. And then we continue with the rest. So, Nyan, can you tell me what did you and I talked in our previous lesson?
I don't remember. What is it?
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna refresh your mind so that you can remember as much as you can. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, no worry. Never mind. Okay, let me look for something here. Too many tabs open. That's not good. So many tabs. Around 25 tabs or maybe more. Okay, now let's get started. Let's continue with our today's class. We have something that's very important. Let me share my screen to you and start with a new topic for today. Oh yeah, and, you told me that you do not remember what we covered before in our previous lesson.
Yeah, what is it?
Last class, I don't know if you remember that in our previous lesson we were talking about uh, bikes, in Avenida La Reforma. Do you remember that?
Uh, oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, that was our part of it was part of our last class. Today's class is gonna be very interesting because we have many things to cover. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get it. Looking for this. No problem. That's fine. I will just check. Okay, here it is. Okay, here we are. So we have unit number 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. We also talked about before the Eiffel Tower, reported speech. So many things about that. We talk about um ox and tail. So okay, here it is. Look at my screen and let's get started. Okay, here it is. Today's class is going to be reading. We're going to read and analyze. Okay, who was he? That is our today's class. So we're going to read and analyze, all right? Okay, we are going to read about a famous German mystery. And I would like to ask you, what other famous mystery story do you know? So let's first analyze and understand it. All right, understand that. so we can understand, so we can do the exercise. Let's see.
Uh, Let me read it.
Kaspar Hauser.
Caspar Hauser on 26 May 1828, the people of Nuremberg in Germany found a teenage boy who was wandering along through the streets. When they came across him, he had no possessions except for two old letters. Because of his uh, behavior and appearance, Uh, they took him to the police station. Caspar spent the next 2 months in prison, where he hardly spoke and refused, or hardly spoke and refused all food except for bread and water. Some people uh, assume that Caspar had grown up alone in the forest like a wild animal. But, uh, had grown up in the Wayanabo, gradually a different picture emerged.
Okay.
Caspar said he had okay. So let me continue read it. Okay. Caspar said he has spent his whole childhood in a small dark cell. Dark cell. Wait, what is dark cell?
Dog
Um,
sale.
yeah, what is a dark cell?
Where are you? Can you write it for me, or can you tell me where are you now in the test? Dog sale.
Um, yeah, what is dark cell?
Let me see. Can you write it for me? Because I'm kind of lost where you are. I'm trying to look for it. Can you write it here?
More dark cell. Yeah.
Oh, dark cell. Dark. Dark cell means a cell that is dark. Like
What is
in
a cell?
cell,
It's
like
like
when
a
somebody's
part.
in circ is a cell. It's like when somebody's in prison.
Oh, prison. Okay.
The dark cell
Prison.
is the cell that is dark.
Okay. Dark cell. He had never seen the world outside or left his cell. He had never met or spoken to another human being. The cell was empty apart from a small bed and one toy, a wooden horse. He claimed he claimed that he found bread and water in his cell every morning. According to Casper's account, a mysterious man had begun to call on him
Okay.
shortly before his what? Okay. Caspar became well known throughout Germany and in other countries too. Um, Another country too, and people found his story fascinating. Fascinating. What is fascinating? Uh, some I cannot hear you. Hello, are you saying something?
Okay.
Okay.
Fascinating means, all right. Fascinating means that you are, let's say, for example, you are willing, or you are, let me see, like I said, like fascinated, that is that you are happy with something, you like it
Oh,
because it fascinates you.
Okay. Some suggest that Caspar was a son of a rich and powerful man, a prince who won perhaps who want to keep his identity secret. A school teacher called Friedrich Daumer met Caspar and agreed to look after him. Daumer taught him various subjects and taught him various subjects and encouraged uh, Caspar's talent for drawing. One day in 1829, Caspar was found with a knife wound to his death. What? So, his head, he claimed that a man with a hook over his face had attacked him, the same man who had brought him to. Over the years, books have been written about Caspar's story and various historic that and various histor historians have looked into them. What is look into them? What is look into? Most have concluded the story were untrue and that Caspar Hauser was a liar who killed himself, possibly by mistake. But for some people, Hauser's life and death remain one of the something. I cannot see. Okay. Hello. Wait, I cannot hear you. Why are you saying something?
Okay, the last part was, but for some people, Caspar Hauser's life and death remain one of the most mysterious stories in history. So here I have two
Okay.
questions. I have a couple of questions up here. Okay, so the first question for you, Yan, is: are you going to read about famous German mystery? Are you going to read about famous German mystery story?
Yes.
Okay, what other famous mystery story do you know? Maybe in your country, there in Vietnam, do you know any other mystery stories or something like that?
About some creepypasta, it count. Like some creepypasta like Slender Man, Jack the Killer, does it count uh as a mystery story?
Okay,
Story.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so now
Okay.
let's see. Next one, the next thing we're gonna do now, Nyan. So exercise number 2. So we already read the information. No need to read it again because we already know what's going on here in the story. There is an extra heading that you do not need, and I want you to tell me which one is it. All right. So let's see here. So you are going to, let's see. Give me a second. No, I prefer to continue. There is something else
Mm.
that I want to cover. I think it's a long look at there. Okay. So look at the test now. Hold on for a second. Wait a minute. So my goodness, too much information. Okay. Wait a minute. Number 3. Okay. So number 4. So I want you to match the highlighted phrasal verbs in the test with the definitions below. So look at there. I want you to tell me what is to study or investigate something.
What can you say again? So,
Here we have some
excuse me.
phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs means those are compound verbs, which means a verb with a preposition, but it's not gonna be like the literal meaning, but you are going to learn, right, or understand the meaning of the phrasal verbs as, okay, the meaning of the phrasal verbs as the ones that we have in the definitions, but you need to choose the right one. Let's see here.
Uh, to study or investigate something. So
To
look
study,
into,
right?
yeah.
To study or investigate something, look into. All right.
Uh,
To visit somebody.
to con, is it?
Okay.
On,
So let's see here.
okay,
Okay, to recover from something.
to recover some from something. No, they don't have. To try to find something. To con, and number 5 is look after.
Okay. So
Okay.
look after. All right. So good job. So look at this. We're gonna do the following now. I'm going just to go number 6.
Wait,
The
let me see.
number 6, I
Okay.
think you need to say it. Number 6.
To find something, somebody or something by chance. I don't know what is it.
To come across. I come across with
Okay.
Yan there at Ho Chi Minh City, or maybe in Vietnam, in Hanoi City. Are you in
Okay.
Hanoi
Oh,
or
go back. Can you go back? Can
yeah?
you go back? Okay. Let me screenshot that one.
Yeah, you have look into, colon,
Okay.
get over, look for, look after, and come across. Look
Okay. Thank
into,
you.
look into means study or investigate something. Let me look into this. Let me look into this information. You have a number 2 to visit somebody, to call on. The number 3 is recovering from something, which is get over it. She was sick, but she already got over. Okay, which means she already get better or got by or got better. So to try to find something, that's number 4, to look for. Number 5, to make care of somebody or something, which is to look after it, to check around, to make sure it's okay. Number
Okay.
6, to find somebody or something by chance, for somehow you were walking in the beautiful cities of Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, and then you came across with Furon Tao, one of my students, or you came across with Fan Duc, another the student that was before in the other class, Fan Duc, or maybe with Thran, the prior student that was in the first class I taught. All right. Or maybe with Bank, the one that takes classes on Monday, you come across with another student or another person or another team. Do you understand?
Okay.
To come across, to find somebody else.
Understand.
All right.
Okay.
So let's
Okay.
continue. Here we have a very interesting topic and we have more things to cover. Okay, so here it is. Which of these events from Caspar House's life do you find strangest? If his story wasn't true, how would you explain them? So first one, look at the first question I have for you, Nyan. He was found wandering the streets alone.
It was wandering
Not
out the
one
street.
is
Yes.
wandering, yeah.
Troll. Troll.
Okay,
It's troll.
look at that. He could only say a few words when they found him.
False.
Okay, so we're going to check the answers. Okay, he was found with a knife, with a knife wound.
False.
He was
I told
attacked.
so.
That was true, this one. All right, he was attacked in a garden and died 3 days later.
Troll.
A note containing a mysterious message was found after his death.
False.
Okay, so now I want you to discuss whether the I want you to discuss whether you think Casper House's story is true. Then I would like you to tell me your opinion. What do you think about it? Do you think Casper was it real or wasn't?
Wasn't.
Okay,
No, I don't think this is the 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 true story.
okay, understandable. So look at there. The next part is this one. We are going to discuss whether you think Casper Hauser's story is true. Okay, what do you think about that? Do you think that it's real? Probably is just a story, a beautiful story or something. What's your opinion?
It's like a story. He want to like have fame to be like he want to like have fame, so he built up a story.
Okay, great. It's something that has to happen to be able to
He
build
want to
up.
be he want to be famous. Yeah.
Okay, he wanted to be famous, all right, to build up a story. Okay, that sounds good to hear. So next question I'm going to ask you. Give me 1 second. Now we have a film here, something that we are going to discuss, but I think so far this one might not be relevant. I have something different to show you. So, but that's gonna be a listening exercise. Give me a second because I will need to look for the link. Give me 1 second and remain with me. All right, I'm going to look for the link of the video that we are going to watch. It's something that is very important, but I'm going to check your comprehension and I will ask you questions. What did you understand about that? Give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yan, you there? Look at this.
Hey, can you give me a minute? I
Okay.
need to.
Take your time.
Okay. Hello, I'm back.
And let's continue. All right, let me show you something. We're going to continue with this. But first, I have something to share here. All right, so this is an exercise that I have for you, a listening exercise that I previously took apart. In fact, those are going to be 2 videos. And let's see something. I would like to check your comprehension. Something that is external, that is out of the lesson, but it's just like, let's say, for example, like a sort of, let's say, listening assessment. Please do let me know if you can listen to the audio. Let me check the quality. I think if I go and do this like that, it's an advantage for you. Look at there. Okay.
Mm.
Can you see it well? Okay, now it's better. I'm gonna ask you a few quick questions and let me see, let me check your comprehension. All right, much better.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Heathrow Airport
Okay.
is having a bad day. Hundreds of passengers can't fly because of a computer problem in air traffic control. In Terminal 1, things are getting worse. More and more passengers are arriving. Some aeroplanes are leaving, but many flights are cancelled. Everyone is hoping to find a flight. Some of the waiting passengers are having a snack, while others are spending their time outside. It's a hot summer day. Back inside the terminal, it's getting hotter and hotter. Some people came here 5 hours ago.
I'm here with my grandmother and my parents, and it's terrible for us to wait here such a long time now. We have to sleep at the airport because no hotel is available, so it's just terrible.
Have a look at this. Improvisation at its best. I'm glad they're sleeping now. And we're hoping to get to Berlin soon.
People are still trying to find a flight.
So I've had my son go on the internet, my daughter be in one queue, me be in the other queue, and on the mobile all at the same time, trying to get to Amsterdam for 9:30 tomorrow morning.
After 5 hours queuing, you really become really zen, you know. And here it's pretty calm.
The airport managers find an interesting solution to one of the problems: garden chairs. With the chairs to relax in, some passengers are finding new ways to pass the time. Inside Terminal 1, it's late at night, after midnight, and many passengers are still here, waiting for their flight. Around 300 flights left Heathrow that day, but 319 flights were cancelled, and over 500 people spent the night in the terminal.
Okay.
Okay.
First set of questions for you, Nyan. What is the prop? I have 4 questions for you in regards of this video. Okay, what is the problem here?
It's like the airport is run out and they cannot go to the hotel. The hotel is full.
The hotel's full, all right, but there was a problem. Where was the problem? Second question.
It's like they are I
Okay,
don't know how to say. It's like okay.
can you tell
What?
me? Can you tell me where was the problem?
It's like there are too much people. I think so. Is
But
it?
where is it? Can you tell me the place where it was? It was in a park.
Can airport? The airport in the
Okay, at the airport. All right. And what was the problem in general? What did you when you listen to the video, when you watch it, what was the problem in general that everybody has?
they don't have a place in the hotel. The hotel is full. Like, they cannot go anywhere.
They
So
could
they
not
need
go anywhere. They needed to remain there. So another question I have for you. So what were they doing? Because they were queuing a lot. It was a long
so
time.
they sit in the chair and just waiting. Some people playing their phones and some people just sleep.
You're right. You're correct. Okay, here I have another question for you. That's gonna be easier. Maybe a piece of cake, right? So then after this, okay, they were at the airport. What do you think? That's personal. You may answer this question however you want it. What do you think? People were doing at the airport in order for them to be distracted. Distracted.
I don't know.
They were doing regular activities like playing chess, riding his cables, or probably even talking about something. So while some others were nervous. You got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. So now let's continue with another video that I have that is part of the lesson. Okay. Look at there. Pay close attention. Here I'm going to ask you questions. Listen carefully. Can you listen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I usually get to work by bus. It takes about half an hour. Sometimes I read a book on the way. How about you? How do you get to work?
I travel by bus. It's only one bus to work. It takes about 15 minutes.
I get to work by car.
Bus.
I walk to work.
I get to work on the tube and I walk some of the way.
About 5 minutes walk to the station, Waterloo Station, and then I get on a bus, which takes about 20-25 minutes.
On most days, I use the tube, my journey into work and my journey home at the end of the day.
I cycle to work. That's the quickest and easiest way.
I cycle into work every day on my bike.
What do you do on your journey to work?
I usually listen to music or read.
Sometimes I listen to music and sometimes I read a book.
I either read the newspaper or I read books.
Taking the fresh air, scenery, and try and avoid holes in the road, which are quite dangerous.
I listen to my iPod.
Well, sometimes if it's a bit of a quiet road, I can think about what I'm going to do that day.
Okay.
I dream, usually. I love journeys. I love just looking out of the window.
Well, it's so short, I don't actually do very much at all, apart from make sure I don't have an accident.
What do you like about it?
It's fairly short, so my journey to work is only 30 minutes.
It's quick.
It's short. It only takes me 7 or 8 minutes.
Seeing how the landscape changes through the seasons.
I like listening to music and having some time to think before work.
It's quite early in the morning, which means that the bus is always quite quiet, so I don't have to fight for a seat.
I like to have the fresh air and some exercise.
I just like the exercise that I get from it and being outside in the open.
It's not too far. I can walk or run. It's
Okay,
about
Jan is gonna
1/4 of an
finish the
hour's
meeting.
walk,
Can you
so I
please
feel very
rejoin?
healthy. I don't
Yes, yeah.
catch a bus.
Okay, the video is over. Okay, I'm gonna ask you
What
questions.
don't you like about your journey to work?
Okay.
I don't like it when it's very busy in the mornings.
When it
and
finishes,
I
you
don't
please
like it when it's
rejoin
hot
because I'm
and
gonna ask you
sweaty
some
on the tube.
questions.
It's a very full bus. It's packed with people because it's the work bus.
There's some very bad drivers on the road.
Okay.
The buses get overcrowded and a lot of people are going to the same place.
I really don't like cycling to work when it's raining because I get wet or my books get wet.
In the winter, it's very cold that early in the morning, and sometimes if I miss the first bus, I have to wait about 20 minutes for the next one.